youth. There's no telling how much highlighting the negatives contributes further to the socio-economic problems facing our youth. Radio Caribbean International recognizes the importance of creating positive energies in our society, and more so amongst our young people. Radio remains the most effective way to influence people, society, and generations. As part of our redesigned corporate social responsibility philosophy, we present to you Youth Unplugged. Youth Unplugged is a program designed to provide a platform for all young people who have achieved or are achieving success socially, economically, academically, in business, in music, as an entrepreneur, and yes, in just simply defying the odds. To share the experience with all of St. Lucia and the world. Their stories are theirs to tell, and RCI has created this platform of influence so that their voices can be heard. Youth Unplugged, every Thursday, 3 p.m. on RCI, the station that cares about the youth.
Save today for a brighter tomorrow. Don't let anything stand in your way. Make that first step to financial success. Save a little every day. With the bank of St. Lucia, you can feel secure. We'll be giving you complete financial care. At the bank of St. Lucia, we'll fulfill your dreams. Just come in and see where all the bank you need.
Nowadays, $10 doesn't get you much. But say hello to the KFC Wicked Genius menu. Picture this. For $10, you get 4 wings, 1 biscuit, a 16-ounce drink, or 1 piece of chicken, regular fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Wicked Genius. The new Wicked Genius menu by KFC. It's finger-licking good. Youth Unplugged.
Hey, it's 2 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. It's now time for Youth Unplugged right here on Radio Caribbean International. Of course, brought to you the kind compliments of our sponsor, Bank of St. Lucia and KFC. Don't forget, you spend $25 or more for a chance to win a trip to Dominica with the Travel and Leisure Center. Annuale to Dominica's World Creole Festival. It awaits you. And the prize includes return travel, hotel, tickets, and spending money. And the promotion runs from September 5th to October 19th. So head over to KFC. Of course, it's Youth Unplugged, a program designed to provide a platform for all the young people who are achieving or successfully, socially, economically, academically. Today we're talking about fitness and sports. Not really sports, but the business. Yeah, the business of fitness. Yeah, I like that. The business of fitness. That sounds good. And joining me in studio is El Andre. That sounds so bourgeois. El Andre Murray. Good afternoon, Andre. Welcome to Youth Unplugged. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. I'm great, thanks.
All right, let's for people who don't know much about you, let's give a little bit of a background of who you are.
Well, I'm Louis Andre Murray. I am the founder of Voltage Fitness. At one point, I also had a kickboxing club called Rio Kazi, kickboxing and MMA club. So I've done a little bit of fighting, moving around the place. Graduated from St. Mary's and Safford Lewis Community College, of course, SMC boys. You know how it is already.
What house?
Rodney, actually. I'm still wearing red all the time. I love red, bro.
All right.
It have to be Rodney. You have to be Rodney. Rodney house, bro. Yeah, so I just kept moving forward with that, keep training. I love training, full enthusiast of training, man, all the way. And I just kept going with it.
All right. So now you're a MMA artist, fighter.
Yeah.
I was about to say artist.
Yeah.
But because it's an art to me, it's seriously an art form. It's not just fighting and kicking.
That's true. That's true.
How did you get involved with the whole martial arts and then now the mixed martial arts fighting?
Well, I started martial arts when I was 9. Strangely enough, I was bullied when I was a kid. And I started martial arts. My mom got me into martial arts when I was 9. I was really, really into it, back there are these shows, Dragon Balls and these kind of things. So everybody wants to be into that kind of stuff. And I just moved from there.
Now, how far have you come in the whole karate, martial arts?
Well, I've achieved a black belt in like 4 different styles. So,
wow.
Yeah, that would be karate, taekwondo, kempo karate, and combative jiu-jitsu. And that's why I was able to go into the MMA, because I had background in a few other things.
Wow. So you're someone that people shouldn't mess with.
Yeah, I would say so.
Now, you've competed regionally. How has that been for you thus far?
I started off pretty good, actually. My first mixed martial arts fight was in Spartan. And that was, I think it was Unleashed, I believe. Yeah, and I won my first fight. It was by a knockout. But afterwards, they decided they only put me against the top contender. So that's when it became really challenging for me.
Oh, they said you're too good to be in the pits, so they had to take you up to the
they wanted to
gladiators.
take me out. They basically wanted to take me out. My last fight actually was where I kind of took a break because 4 days before my fight, I tore my hamstring. But I still went to the fight though. I did pretty good. And they praised me for it, really. But I continued moving from there, and I just kept training.
Okay, wow, that must be difficult. I mean, what are some of the injuries that you've gone through thus far, and what's been the most dangerous or your most painful injury?
My most painful injury, I would say, was my broken arm. I've gotten a broken rib already, and probably bumped my knee, but I was in Taekwondo. But it would be the broken arm.
How did you get that done?
Strangely enough, my training partner and I were doing some training, and the instructor came from Taiwan. He's a solution that came from Taiwan. He wanted us to do some sparring. And he's like, okay, Murray, I know you're good with your legs, so let's handicap. Let's go with your arms. I'm like, oh no, don't let me go with his arms. I trained this guy. I know what he can do with his legs. You can't have me sparring him. And he said a flurry of punches and a kick, and I blocked, because he's supposed to block it before him, and you heard snap. That was it. I thought it was nothing, I was hungry. I had to go home, so I went home. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. So I called my mom, and she can pick me up. That was pretty much it for me. But
wow,
that didn't stop me from training. You have one arm, I just do one arm push-ups. I had my legs, I still continue training.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, I have a broken arm. I trained with the other arm. I was in capoeira, so I was still going to training.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. So let's talk about fitness. You founded Voltron Fitness.
Voltage Fitness.
Voltage Fitness.
We used to Voltron. Voltron is a show.
Yeah. Voltron.
I founded Voltage Fitness.
Let's talk about that.
Well, basically, I've been doing personal training for a little while. It's probably about 15 odd years experience of training others as well as myself. And I started off as a gym instructor. And for a while, I was at Fitness Fix, and I got certified while I was there. So I worked my way to school, and I got certified there. And I decided I wanted to do my own thing. And that's basically it. I had another company before. It was called the Murray's Physical Culture. I didn't like the name too much. And as I decided to grow, I was more stationed at the gym, right? But I really love the one-on-one thing. I really love going to people's homes, interacting with people. And so I moved off on my own. And I started going to people's homes. I started getting clients. And when that started to grow, I need a name.
Then that's how it came about. Voltage. That's right. Now, before this, did you do? Have you always just focused on being in the fitness arena? Have you tried a regular 9 to 5?
I was working in a 9 to 5 at one point, because when I got certified and I decided I wanted to work with a gym, the whole VAT thing wasn't in yet, right? And when they implemented VAT, clientele went down. Everybody was watching their money. So I was working at Nature's Discount for a while. I got a job there. They switched to Fresh Vitamins, and now Nature's Discount again. And I decided it's not the thing for me. I liked the fact that I was around the supplements, I was around the herbs, so I could make better recommendations to my clients. But I really didn't like it. So I saved up, and I left my job. And then I had some clients that were really faithful to me, and I just sided off with them.
Now, how long have you been doing this personal training thing, the one-on-one personal training?
The one-on-one personal training, as in going to homes, I started actually around March.
Oh, so that's just a fresh aspect of the business.
Fresh aspect. I just actually got my name registered. We're going through the process of getting it registered. Yeah. Got my logo recently, it's been a month I got that logo.
Yeah, nice. Now, what are some of the most exciting things that you, the results that you get are the most exciting, the transformations? Let's talk about some of the people that you've transformed.
Ooh.
Not to give you just a case study, basically.
The transformations I've really gotten, I had this guy I was training, and he's like, okay, Louis, that's what they call me, Louis, I really want a six-pack. I'm like, you sure you want a six-pack? There are some things you have to make, some sacrifices. You have to work really hard, but I can give you a six-pack in 2 months. He's like, there's nobody could give me a six-pack in 2 months. I say, well, if I follow exactly what I tell you, and you get it. He got it. Before and after pictures are all over my page. And he got those results, and to this day he's still surprised. He's still, how did I get that?
You got him a six-pack in 2 months.
I got him a six-pack in 2 months.
And what are some of the things that he had to sacrifice for those? Yeah, I know you might say, well, come and join me, but I know you can share a few tricks and tips.
Well, for one, he had to cut back on sugar. he loves wine, so you have to cut back on the wine. It's just a tad. All right, there's a little trick with alcohol when you play around with it. You have to know how to play around with alcohol to still get the results you want.
Please share. No, please share.
So say for
Please
example,
share.
he loves his wine. So say for example, he's having say half a bottle of wine for the weekend, right? You have to drink 3 times that quantity in water, so that your body will make it easier for your body to break it down, right? When you do it that way, if you're consistent with that and you keep it on the low side, you moderate, then you'll still get your results. It's not that you have to completely stop everything. You just have to control it more so.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a trick to it. Of course, there's the nutrition. You have to watch how you eat and eat at certain times, blah, blah, blah. But
That's great. Now, fitness is something that you have to be seriously dedicated and mind focused. So what tips can you give people who are interested in getting to
getting into the fitness business?
Fitness, not fitness business per se, but into just fitness on a whole for their personal development.
Or for their personal development. Well, for one, get moving. The hardest part of fitness
Starting.
is getting off that couch, coming out from the TV, and you could do anything. You start with anything. You could do walking, you could enroll in a gym, you could go to an aerobics class. Anything works at first just to get you going, and afterwards, research. Make sure you understand the body and how your body reacts to stress. Everybody says, oh, my body's different, No, your body's not different. Your body has adapted to different stresses, and so it reacts differently under certain circumstances. And as long as you understand that, you could know, for example, your body going to react to training the same way mine would, or the same way I would react to food. So it's really about firstly getting started and then understanding yourself. That's how it works.
And now, let's talk about it from a business aspect, because this is quite a niche market, so to say. This is not something that you can say, oh, well, I know they have 5 people that want t-shirts, let me go and sell some t-shirts, or I know they have 5 people that want lollipops, let me go sell lollipops. How do you get your clientele? Because I know for a fact, personal experience, I have been trying to work out with you, but due to my recent injury, which is another setback. So, and I know you have a pretty packed schedule. How do you get all these clients?
Well, really recommendations, word of mouth, and I try to push on Facebook as much. I'm always on Facebook. I'm always pushing stuff. But word of mouth really does it. You train a couple people really, really well, you give them really good results, and the word gets out. That's how it works.
No. How do you survive financially? Because, of course, we're talking about the business aspect here. So how are you able to survive and sustain such a niche?
Normally, when I first started off, it was a tad difficult at first. But when I came up with a good fee structure, and I basically, in my house, in my room, I have a nice whiteboard, and the whiteboard has all my clients. All right? Well, as long as I can fit them into the day and schedule it properly, then I'll be able to make enough. But it's always about the cost. That's the most important thing. You have to have a cost that will not be too much out of people's way, and understand that right now, only right now, fitness is not 100% a priority. So you have to make it an offer they can't refuse. You do it that way, you'll survive. But I'm surviving now.
And how many clients do you see on a weekly basis?
Currently I have about maybe 15 clients, and that's myself only. My overflow, I have another guy that works with me, so he deals with my overflow. So if I have any additional that I can't make it for, so I'm not double booked, he'll deal them for me, right? Sometimes I do have a couple at the center, the gym where I was. So my girlfriend, who is the third place winner, I trained her, third place winner for Bikini Fitness last year. She takes care of those for me, understand? And that's how I just trying to build capital and trying to move forward with it.
That must be difficult to manage, because I've always wondered, personal trainers, you have to look the part too, because there are people that say they are personal trainers and they barely bung. And I don't really understand that, but you definitely look the part. But doesn't it get tiring knowing that, okay, at 5:30 I have to, you have to wake up at 4:30 to train X, then you have another session at 6:30, then you have another session at 7, and during these sessions you actually have to participate.
In some of the cases, yes.
In some of the cases, you have to participate. Like, don't you get tired?
Of course you get tired, but firstly, if you're exercising, your fitness will be up anyway. Right now, I don't think I have any clients that really are fitter than me right now. But it's all about one, time management. Two, you have to be able to know what you can and cannot do. So you have to know when you can do what. So say for example, if I know I've already had a hard day, I'm not going to go and bench press 120 pounds with a client. I might maybe bench press 50 as a demonstration and then have them do their workout. So it's really about managing what you can and cannot do. But you have to keep yourself fit as well.
Definitely. Now, we're almost due for a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about your new project. He's expanded, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to a newly published author.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about the book when we come back right here on Radio Caribbean International. Don't forget, Youth Unplugged is brought to you with the kind compliments of our sponsor, KFC and Bank of St. Lucia.
Save today for a brighter tomorrow. Don't let anything stand in your way. Make that first step to financial success. Save a little every day. With the Bank of St. Lucia, you can feel secure. We'll be giving you complete financial care. At the Bank of St. Lucia, we'll fulfill your dreams. Just a minute, see we're all the bank you need.
Nowadays, $10 doesn't get you much. But say hello to the KFC Wicked Genius menu. Picture this. For $10, you get 4 wings, 1 biscuit, a 16-ounce drink, or 1 piece of chicken, regular fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Wicked Genius. The new Wicked Genius menu.